on that content, when did you start making short video, and when did you actually start producing things and building the Alex Sue brand that we see now?
It's so funny because I only recently realized that I have a brand. I just make things that I think people like and see if I can make them better. I started making videos about a year ago. I guess I've been making videos for a long time, but never anything seriously, never anything with any consistency. Right when I was back when I ran my own firm, this was 6 years ago maybe. I occasionally made a couple of YouTube videos, some very silly videos, just to experiment. And when I first got into legal tech sales, I was told, hey, you should be on LinkedIn. You should go on LinkedIn, post content, and it'll help you create a presence, and people will reach out to you for business. And so I did that. And I started off by posting legal tech industry articles, which is what a lot of people do. Nobody really liked it. So I started pivoting. I started adapting to what I thought people liked, which was, okay, I'll start telling stories about my legal career. I'll talk about why I left the law. I'll talk about my experiences working at a big firm. And that content actually got more traction because I think people like to hear stories. They wanted to hear that kind of thing, as opposed to me saying, here's what's happening in the legal tech space. So I did that for a year or two as I was coming up in sales. And then one day somebody actually reached out to me and said, hey, I've been following your content for a while, but what I really want to know is, can I get a product demo of your product, because I might need it. And so that was when I first realized the power of content in generating sales and generating inbound leads and interest. And so I started focusing on it even more, continued posting, and did that for a total of about 5 years before the pandemic, maybe 4 or 5 years before the pandemic. It wasn't until the pandemic hit when I was like, okay, I think that I've got to try even more new things. And so I tried a million different things. I created meetups where I would host 30 or 40 person conversations on Zoom for people to meet each other. I posted a lot of really controversial posts, tried to experiment with things to get people talking to each other, to comment. And the other thing I did was I started experimenting with creating short form videos, making fun of some aspect of the legal profession. And those were the most popular pieces of content that I had ever made. I didn't expect so many people to like them. So I said, okay, this is working. Let me just keep doing that. And so maybe in my third or fourth video, some of these folks started reaching out to me and saying, hey, I think you should get on this new platform. It's called TikTok, and you should try it out. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll run with that. I'll try it out. I have no presence on TikTok. I think it's for kids, so I'll just make videos there because I think editing might be easier there. Make the videos and put them onto LinkedIn. And so that's how I started doing it. And my fourth video on TikTok went massively viral, like 2 million views. I did not expect that. And so I thought, well, hey, I might have stumbled into something here. I'm going to focus on this more consistently. And so I, since then, have continued to make videos. I built up a little bit of a following there. I've been reposting it on Instagram and also on LinkedIn. So my videos have been viewed by a lot of people. And yeah, I couldn't imagine that that's what I'd be doing now.
So it's amazing, mate. I mean, the humor element and the meme element is really interesting because obviously, you had experience, you were doing something before. I guess, did you just roll the dice and think, look, I might as well do something different here? It's actually, the platform gives me this opportunity. Or what was your thought process? Was there much of a thought process? Was it just more like, I'm just going to test and try things out?
Well, by the time I had made my first video, I had a sense of what my audience liked and didn't like, because I've been doing this for 4 years in text form. And so I understood that most people that were following my content, they like the entertainment, they like the humor. And so I thought, well, if it's got to be something funny, it's also authentic to me, because I don't take myself very seriously. So I knew it would be along those lines, but I wasn't sure exactly what topic to put out. But I thought about what I knew, right? I knew that I had been a practicing lawyer. There were a lot of things I felt were strange and wrong about our profession. We have these weird traditions and rules, and a lot of us are unhappy. A lot of practicing lawyers are unhappy. So I thought, well, if I could make fun of those elements, the things that we all kind of grumble about privately, maybe that would be entertaining to people. So I just put one out and then another and another, and I kind of listened to what the audience was saying, right? I tried to create a conversation because when you put out a piece of content like a video, people will respond in comments. I remember one of my earliest videos before I got on TikTok was making a joke about how in-house lawyers have great work-life balance because that was what I thought. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
A lot of the commenters responded saying, hey, actually working in-house is actually a lot of work. We work long hours. And so I began to adapt and to reflect that reality, even though I had never worked in-house and I was believing some of these stereotypes about in-house lawyers. So over time it evolved. I did a lot of listening. I do a lot of listening because I think the most interesting conversations that are happening in law right now are happening in response to memes and TikToks. Like you've got your standard legal journalism, you've got your articles where people are saying things like the firm leadership or high-level CLOs and GCs. But the rank and file, those who are closer to the ground of the profession, like kind of doing the work on the front lines, the comments in, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn, people are sharing their real experiences. And I take that information and I turn them into content. And that's why they've been popular.